Welcome to Day 15 of the Oracle DBA 100-Day Challenge. Today, we're covering a fundamental concept every Oracle DBA must understand: the difference between physical structures and logical structures inside the Oracle database. Understanding this separation helps you design storage efficiently, troubleshoot issues faster, and optimize the database layout for performance and recovery. Let's start with physical structures. Physical structures are the files stored on disk that Oracle uses to maintain the database. These files are visible at the operating system level and are created, maintained, and managed by Oracle. The key physical files include Datafiles, which store the actual table, index, and segment data and are part of Tablespaces. Then we have control files, which store metadata about the database structure and are essential for recovery. Redo log files store redo entries generated by user and system changes and are required for crash recovery. Tempfiles support sort operations and temporary segments. There's also the optional password file, which stores credentials for sysasm and SysDBA remote authentication. And finally, parameter files, both file and file, which determine instance configuration. In short, physical structures are what you see on storage. They are the actual files Oracle reads and writes to. Now, let's move to logical structures. Logical structures exist inside the database. Users do not see the OS files. Instead, they interact with logical objects, which Oracle maps to physical files. The main logical components include tablespaces. Tablespaces are logical storage units that group data files. Examples include system, SYSAUX, users, undo, and temp. Segments provide storage for database objects such as tables, indexes, and lobs. Extents are continuous blocks allocated to a segment, while blocks are the smallest unit of storage inside Oracle. Schemas are collections of user-owned objects, and objects include tables, indexes, views, procedures, sequences, and synonyms. In short, logical structures are what Oracle exposes to users. They are the abstraction layer that allows us to manage data without worrying about the underlying physical files directly. It is important to understand how logical and physical structures connect. A tablespace maps to one or more data files. A segment, for example a table, lives inside a tablespace. A segment contains multiple extents, and extents contain blocks. Finally, blocks store the actual rows of data. The mapping flow can be summarized as blocks, extents, segments, tablespaces, and then data files. So why does this matter for DBAs? First, storage planning. You decide how tablespaces and data files grow. Second, performance. Block size, extent allocation, and file placement all impact I/O speed. Third, recovery and backup strategy. Physical structures determine what RMAN backs up and restores. Fourth, troubleshooting. Many common Oracle errors, such as ORA 1555, ORA 19809, and ORA 01653, usually relate to storage structure issues. And finally, security and organization. Logical separation helps control users, privileges, and object placement efficiently. Finally, a few quick commands to check these structures. To check physical files, you can use select name from $datafile, select name from $control file, select member from $log file. To check tablespaces, use select tablespace_name, status from bar_tablespaces, and to check segments, select segment_name, segment_type, tablespace_name from bar_segments where owner equals HR. That concludes Day 15 of the Oracle DBA 100-Day Challenge. Understanding the distinction between physical and logical structures is foundational for any DBA and will make your work in storage planning, performance optimization, recovery, and troubleshooting much more effective.